Welcome to our special segment, Bull versus Bear, where we take a look at trends impacting global markets from Wall Street and beyond. Let's first look at how U.S. markets wrapped up the Wednesday session, mostly mixed here in the United States. The Dow dropping more than 0.2%, the S&P finishing flat, but the tech-heavy Nasdaq booking a fresh record high, helped along by Nvidia. And let's hone in on that tech darling, Nvidia. The Magnificent Seven stock held its annual shareholders meeting Wednesday. Its CEO, Jensen Huang, focused on the age of AI during his speech, predicting every country would build it and every company would be built upon it. And for more on the future of Nvidia, as well as its giant foothold in the AI sector, I'm joined by Anthony Chan. He's former Chief Economist at JPMorgan Chase. Anthony, as always, thanks for being on the show with us.
Glad to be with you, Karina.
Anthony, what are some of the key takeaways that you thought were important from the shareholders meeting?
I was very excited to hear that robotics is going to be such a big part of Nvidia in the future. Right now, when you look at AI and robotics, it accounts for about 1% of the revenues. And yet, looking forward, the expectation is that this could be a multi-trillion-dollar opportunity for Nvidia moving forward. I think that is going to take it to the next level. We also know that even though Nvidia has been shut out of the China market with regard to its chips, we never know where that could go in the future, because with all these negotiations, it's always possible that they may in some way find a way for some of those chips to actually be permitted to go to China. After all, you heard the president basically telling China that they can buy as much oil as they want from Iran. And that was something that, because of sanctions, was not permitted before. So conditions can change, new opportunities can come up for Nvidia. But right now, all indications are very positive for Nvidia. Keep in mind that it's now the most valuable company really out there in terms of market cap. So it's pretty exciting.
It is quite the darling, and Nvidia stock has seen such a significant upswing following those Q1 earnings in May, despite that new export ban you just talked about on some of its high-tech H20 chips to China. How does it get around that ban and still stay competitive? I know you mentioned robotics. What else is it doing? What about cloud computing, for example?
Well, it's expanding in cloud computing. It's going into other areas. It's got a new gaming chip that it just came out with, which is going to also create great opportunities for Nvidia. And then it's going to continue to innovate moving forward. So Nvidia really has almost unlimited potential. Its Blackwell chip is going to go through different innovations or further iterations. So Nvidia really has a very good opportunity. And that, of course, was reflected in the way the board excitement with Jensen Huang. You saw that he basically got a 50% increase in his base salary. His stock benefits also increased, and now he's now at the 75th percentile of all other tech CEOs of his peers. So evidently the board is very happy, shareholders are very happy, and Loop Capital increased their expectations for the stock. They basically boosted from $175 to $250. So Wall Street and many stock analysts are also optimistic about Nvidia.
It is quite an incredible story. How would you characterize Nvidia? Is it a monopoly for critical tech with both pricing power and margin power as well?
I think that at this stage, it is a very impressive company and really allows the United States to say that it's at the cutting edge. I think there's always a temptation to say, oh, it's a monopoly. But the reality is that if you hold back Nvidia, you're giving up an opportunity for a company of this magnitude to actually continue to be at the leading edge. It's sort of like saying that TSMC is a monopolist, so therefore they should be held back. At this point, I think that because of the innovation and how much it puts the United States ahead of other countries, that we basically have to ease the pressure and the concerns of monopoly and just admit that it's a great company, it's very innovative, and it's going to continue to make progress and keep the United States at the leading edge.
Yeah, and it's moving well beyond chips, as you've said. But is China close to competing against Nvidia's advanced chips? Because a cheaper AI model from Chinese startup DeepSeek back in January prompted a lot of concern.
There is concern out there, but even some of the products that Huawei has been putting out, a lot of the analysts are saying that there's still a big lead held by the United States with regard to its chips. What China is doing is trying to basically stack their existing chips with others and work with all these chips to get the same kind of power. But when it comes to efficiency and power, NVIDIA's chips at this stage are second to none.
I could talk about this for an entire hour, but we are completely out of time. Thank you, Anthony Chan, so much for your perspective.
My pleasure.